Bonsoir.
Bonjour, monsieur. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, Surashri. Comment ça va?
Bien, bien, monsieur. Et vous?
Je vais bien aussi, merci. Alors, dis-moi, comment tu as passé ta journée? Qu'est-ce que tu as fait aujourd'hui?
J'ai préparé le projet pour ma fille
D'accord?
à l'école
Oui.
parce que je n'ai, so how to say, I don't have any. Je n'ai account.
Je-
Je n'ai account pour au samedi.
D'accord.
Le samedi.
Oui,
Le samedi.
le samedi. Le samedi, je n'ai aucun cours, je n'ai pas de cours.
Je n'ai aucun cours.
Oui.
Oui.
D'accord. Et donc, tu étais libre?
Non, non, libre, monsieur. Je devais préparer le procès.
D'accord. Tu devais préparer le projet pour ta fille, c'est ça?
Oui, oui,
D'accord, d'accord. Et donc, tu étais occupé.
oui.
D'accord, voilà. Alors, je vois Sapna. Bonsoir, Sapna. Komal, bonsoir. Comment ça va? Ça va bien?
Bien, merci.
Bien? Je vais bien aussi, merci. Tu as l'air fatigué, Sapna. Est-ce que tu as beaucoup travaillé aujourd'hui?
Oui.
Ah oui, ça se voit. Ça se voit sur ton visage quand tu es un petit peu fatigué, c'est ça? Et toi, Komal, ça s'est bien passé ta journée? Ça s'est bien passé ta journée? Oh là là, non. Pourquoi ça? Ah, tu es fatigué. De quoi? Qu'est-ce que tu as fait aujourd'hui? Ah, ah, j'ai marché. I walked. Ah, j'ai beaucoup marché. J'ai beaucoup marché. I walked a lot. Mais pourquoi tu as beaucoup marché? Pourquoi? D'accord. Pour aller à l'université, tu dois marcher? Oui? D'accord. Mais comment? Mais tu vas en bus, tu vas en voiture, tu vas... Comment tu y vas? D'accord.
But from the bus stop to the university, it's 3 kilometers.
Oh là là, d'accord. Depuis l'arrêt de bus jusqu'à l'université, ça fait 3 kilomètres. 3 kilomètres et il faut beaucoup marcher. C'est ça? Mais c'est bien pour la santé, non? Comment tu es jeune, c'est bien pour la santé, non? Mais c'est fatigant, je sais. Oh là là, c'est fatigant. Oui, c'est vrai. D'accord. Ça va aller. Mais demain, tu peux te reposer. Demain, tu peux te reposer, tu peux être tranquille. Demain, c'est dimanche, n'est-ce pas? D'accord, très bien. Bon, on va continuer. Je vois Champa. Bonsoir Champa, comment ça va?
Bonsoir, monsieur. Je vais bien. Comment allez-vous?
Je vais bien aussi, merci. Comment tu as passé ta journée, Champa? Qu'est-ce que tu as fait?
Ah, j'ai fait beaucoup de choses, monsieur.
D'accord, par
Comme,
exemple?
comme j'ai cuisiné, j'ai, comment dire, j'ai servi beaucoup de personnes qui vient chez moi.
D'accord, d'accord, j'ai compris, d'accord. Ok, oui, c'est vrai, donc beaucoup de choses à faire à la maison, Champa, c'est ça?
Oui.
Ouais, ouais, mais est-ce que tu es fatigué ou tu es en forme?
Non, je suis fatiguée.
Je ne suis pas fatigué.
Je suis pas fatiguée.
D'accord, d'accord, très bien. Alors, je vois Arti. Bonsoir Arti, comment ça va? Tu as activé ton micro, Arti? Oui,
Bonsoir.
bonsoir. Tout va bien? D'accord, très bien. Et moi aussi, je vais bien. Et comme d'habitude, quand j'ai le cours de niveau B1, alors je me précipite, je suis vraiment enthousiaste pour étudier, pour apprendre et pour échanger avec vous tous. Voilà. Et donc, on va commencer. Alors, aujourd'hui, nous allons travailler sur... qu'est-ce qu'on va faire aujourd'hui? On va travailler sur les aspects, enfin les clauses si, c'est-à-dire si plus imparfait plus conditionnel présent, et puis si plus que parfait plus conditionnel passé. Et de plus, nous allons voir le subjonctif, et à la fin, nous allons travailler sur un texte qui va avoir tout, c'est-à-dire si plus imparfait plus conditionnel présent, si plus que parfait plus conditionnel passé et après subjonctif. Vous allez tout trouver dans ce texte. On va travailler là au-dessus. D'accord? C'est bon? Ok. Alors je vois Reshma. Bonsoir Reshma, ça va?
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Je vais bien. Merci beaucoup. Alors, on va dépêcher un petit peu. Je vois il y a quelqu'un d'autre. Il y a Trisha. Attendez. Hop. Voilà. All right, Reshma. Oui, c'est bon, merci. Voilà. Alors, ok. Oh mince, qu'est-ce que je dois faire? Oui, voilà. Et donc, je vois Trisha. Trisha, bonsoir, ça va? Oui, tu vas activer ton micro? Ça va bien, Trisha?
Oui, monsieur.
Super. Passé, ça va, ça va. Juste, ça va. D'accord? D'accord. Très bien. Okay, so we'll quickly move ahead with the C plus que parfait plus conditionnel passé. Okay, so this is something that is a regret. C'est quelque chose de passé, mais c'est un regret. C'est un regret. The same English word regret is regret en français. Et comment est-ce que vous allez faire ça? Vous allez utiliser si plus que parfait plus conditionnel passé, et ça va montrer quelque chose que vous pouviez faire, that you could do, that you were able to do. Vous pouviez faire, mais vous ne l'avez pas fait. Mais vous n'avez pas fait. Voilà, tout simplement. D'accord? Ok. Oui, Trisha, tu peux désactiver ton micro, s'il te plaît? Merci, merci. J'espère que vous comprenez. Vous ne le prenez pas autrement quand je vous demande de le désactiver, non? Ça va? Parce que sinon, ça crée du bruit. Ok, so, Champa, what would this mean? Si j'avais su, oh là là, pourquoi ça bouge? Si j'avais su, je serais venu plus tôt. Si j'avais su, je serais venu plus tôt. Champa.
If I had known,
Hmm.
I would have come early.
Ah, I would have come early. Very good. So, had I known, if I had known, I would have come early or earlier, right? C'est clair? Okay, now since you people know C plus imparfait plus conditional présent also, can someone get me the same in a condition which is C plus imparfait plus conditional présent, wherein it is still possible, Sapna, which in English would translate as if I knew, I would come earlier. Anyone who would like to try that one? We've already seen that. Trisha wants to try. Let's see. Trisha.
Si je vais.
Si je.
Si je vais.
Why je vais, Trisha? Why not savoir?
Oh, okay.
Savoir is the verb. Yeah. So si je savais.
Savais.
Isn't it, everyone? Si je savais. And then what is the main verb over here? Venir. So venir in which form, Trisha? In conditional. Yeah. So what? Je viendrai. Voilà. Voilà. Si je savais, je viendrais plus tôt. Right? Si je savais, je viendrais plus tôt. So if I knew, I would come earlier. Ça va? C'est clair? Non? C'est bon? Arti, ça va? Très bien. Okay, we'll carry on. Yeah, Komal, read that and explain us this one.
C L away into the
Oui.
L away réussi example.
Voilà. Si elle avait étudié, elle aurait réussi l'examen. What does that mean in English?
If she
Yeah. Plus que parfait. How do you say that? Plus que parfait. Komal. If she had what? Studied. If she had studied, she would have passed. or succeeded.
Passed.
Right? She would have passed, she would have succeeded the exam. Ça va? C'est clair? But now it is not possible. C'est pas possible, Trisha. It's not possible anymore because she didn't study well, so she couldn't clear the exam. Ça va? Shampa, Arti, Reshma, Surashri, c'est bon? What if we quickly go in a sentence which is still possible, Reshma? If she studied well, she would clear the exam. Reshma, quickly. If she studied well. No, let Reshma respond. Thank you, Komal. Reshma. If she studied, yeah. Wait. Reshma?
Can you repeat this?
Okay, the sentence Reshma for you in English is, if she studied well, she would succeed or she would pass the exam.
C Z
Why je? Why not elle? We are talking about her. Yeah. So C L, very good. Étudier. C'est l'étudier. No, she. Elle. Reshma, elle. Réussirait. Voilà. So, si elle étudiait bien or whatever, elle réussirait l'examen. Ça va? Komal, Sapna, Surashri? C'est bon? Arti, Shampa, Reshma, right? So, if she studied well or if she studied, she would clear the exam, she would pass the exam. This is still possible, Shampa, but this is not possible. C'est pas possible. C'est pas possible. Voilà. Okay, so that's why it is like a regret. Okay, Arti, you'll help us with this one. Yeah. Tu veux lire en français? Oui, voilà, tu vas lire en français.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost.
You're kind of lost. We'll help you to come back. Tell me, how are you lost? You read this once. You read this sentence once.
This is plus right?
This is PQP, and this is conditional passé. Now, first and foremost, I just wanted to check with all of you. Do you know how to make plus que parfait, everyone? You know how to make plus que parfait? Arti, you know it? You have avoir and you have être in imperfect body and then third form. That's how you make the, And then for conditional passé, Reshma, how do you make? For conditional passé, you have être or avoir in their present conditional form and the third form. Right? Okay. Yeah, carry on. Oui, Arti. Read
I
it.
think this means.
First you read in French. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Si nous n'avions pris le train,
Right?
nous serions arrivés à l'heure.
Voila. So what does that mean?
If we would have taken the train.
Okay, so you would never use the word would with the plus que parfait, I think never. If we had taken the train, would never comes over here, would comes in the other side, right? So if we had taken the train.
I think there I was making a mistake.
Okay.
If we had taken the train.
Right. Then.
We could have arrived on time.
Once again, we
would have arrived.
Perfect. We would have arrived on time. Absolutely. Très bien. Exactement. I can see Khushbu. Bonsoir Khushbu. Ça va?
Bonsoir monsieur. Oui.
Très bien. Je vais bien aussi. Merci. On est en train de faire les phrases sur le clause si plus que parfait plus conditional passé. Voilà. It would be great if you kept your cameras on. How would I say that? It would be great if you kept your cameras on. So Surashri, tu m'entends? So it would be great if you kept your cameras on. Which clause is that? It is C plus imparfait plus conditional.
C plus imparfait plus conditional passé.
So Surashri, you did not put your camera on up till now. So you have to tell me the sentence in French first, and you have to put your camera on. So if you kept your
camera on.
Yeah.
But today is not possible.
Achha, anyway, then make the sentence for Khushbu. Then it worked. It would be great.
would be great.
Okay, so so what is the verb to keep your camera on? It is a very simple verb. Any guesses? Allumer, allumer, activer, allumer or activer la caméra, la vidéo,
Okay.
right? चलिए try कीजिए.
So, CQ allumer.
Allumer नहीं, allumer because it is imparfait, right?
CQ allumer.
Or activer
Allumer ou activer la vidéo.
la vidéo or la caméra. Anything can be chosen. It would be great.
Say hey.
Voilà.
Say hey. This one, what is great?
Great.
Formidable.
Formidable. Ce serait formidable. 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 Ça va, c'est clair? Ça va, tout le monde? Oui, Champa, Arti?
Oui, monsieur, si vous allumiez
Yeah, with vous, if,
la vidéo.
Yeah, with
si
vous.
vous allumiez la
Yeah.
vidéo, la caméra aussi.
yeah. Yeah, that's correct. With vous, it's allumiez or vous activiez. That's correct. Très
Vous
bien.
activiez.
Yeah, that's correct. With vous, it will be that way. And then ce serait formidable would be same because it would be great as, so as. Très bien. Ça va, Khushbu? Tu peux allumer ta caméra, s'il te plaît? Non? All right. So quickly going back to the point raised by Arti. So I think we were here. So she said, si nous avions pris le train, nous serions arrivés à l'heure. If we had taken the train, we would have arrived on time. Is that okay? Sava, Komal, Prishma, Sapna? Okay. So Sapna.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Conditionnel passé,
Yeah.
we use être and avoir. Passé you said, no? Or impassé?
No, I said for conditional passé, you would use its name. What is its name? Conditional passé. So conditional means conditional present form of être and avoir, and then passé is the third form of any of the verbs. It can be the advent family verbs, or advent as in the être wala family verbs, arrivé, descendre, or it can be the avoir family verbs.
No, sir, I have a doubt because
Yeah.
you, Adino and all, the auxiliary verbs like être and avoir, how to form that? How to conjugate?
How to conjugate that? In passé, you are talking about conditional passé?
Oui, oui.
Okay, so I'll just add a little sheet over here. So how do you do conditional passé? So you have le conditional passé. I'll make it thicker. All right. Le conditional passé. So le conditionnel passé. It's you have got être or you have avoir. And how to identify that? It is conditional. So the conditional form of être and avoir will be there. So je serai, tu serais, il, elle, on serait, nous serions, vous seriez, and in the end we have il, elle, serait, which is S-E-R-A-I-E-N-T, and then you have for avoir, j'aurais, tu aurais, A-U-R-A-I-S, il, elle, on will be aurait, which will be A-U-R-A-I-T, and then nous aurions, A-U-R-I-O-N-S, vous auriez, A-U-R-I-E-Z, and in the end you have il, elle, aurait, which is A-U-R-A-I-E-N-T. Is that okay till this point, Surashri? You understand this one, right? And very simply, you have to add third form of the verb. As simple as that, right? So, you know it very well, Surashri, that in être we take advent. I don't know how do you remember this with advent family? Dr. Mrs. Vandertrump. Yeah. So that you know. So you pick them up and put it over here. And anything that is apart from that, you put it over there. Manger, chanter, travailler, regarder, parler. Everything goes over there, right? Pas de souci. So if someone were to say, had you told me, I would have come. So would have come. Come is the verb which will fall in this category. So je serais venu. Je serais venu. V-E-N-U. I would have come. Right? And not that. I hope you understand. It's just like passé composé you would do in être and avoir. It is just like you would do plus que parfait, être and avoir. So you have to be conscious and cautious with the verbs that you would choose for the two. Ça va? C'est clair? Oui? Khushbu, c'est bon? Trisha, c'est clair? Voilà. Très bien. So we'll quickly go back to that sheet. It reads, yeah. So had we taken the train, there's another way to say the same in English. Either you say the way Aarti said, if you had taken the train, or you could also say, had you taken the train. I'm sorry, we. So had we taken the train, or if we had taken the train, we would have arrived on time, right? We would have arrived on time. What if I were to change we would have arrived on time and I wanted to say we could have arrived on time? Who can try that one? We could have arrived on time. Anyone? Raise your hand. Okay, I'll write that down. Again, this monster pouvoir has come. Let's see how it makes your life easy. So the first one is given by Surashri. She says, what is that first one? Nous arrivé. Arrivé with the third form or the whole verb, Surashri? How can I? With S. Okay. Should I put an extra E as well because all are women, or I don't know if I don't know them?
Yes.
The moment I confuse you, you're like, yes, everything is correct. I don't know if I'm confusing you or not, but I want to mix it up so that you go to the worst of your thoughts and then I'll get you back. So that sounds very interesting. Nous pourrions arriver. I'm not sure if it's correct or not. Anyone else would like to try? We could have arrived. I mean, had we taken the train, we could have arrived on time, but we couldn't arrive because we did not take train. As simple as that. Shampa wants to try. Let's see. Shampa.
Nous pouvions,
Nous pouvions, okay. Nous pouvions, P-O-U-V-I-O-N-S. Nous pouvions arriver. Will be with an accent or the whole verb, Shampa? How should I confuse you? Tell me. Tell me.
So was we could, if we could see, we could arrive.
We could have. No, I didn't say we could arrive. I said we could have arrived. I said we could have arrived. I hope, Surashri, I said this. We could have arrived, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. But I mixed that up.
Then it is arriving.
Okay.
The whole word will be there.
ठीक है, चलिए. We have, before Reshma, we'll take Sapna's point and then Reshma. Yeah, Sapna, over to you. बताइए.
Sir, here we will go with nous, Oreo, puis arrivé à l'heure.
Nous aurions, after Oreo, you are saying what?
Nous,
Nous aurions?
oui,
You want to say pew?
oui.
Pew.
P-U is P, right?
I'll help you with that, Sapna. Pew is pew. Pew. Say again, pew.
Pew.
Absolutely, right? Pew. Pew. And you want to say arrive after that, Sapna?
Arrivé is a complete verb. Arrivé is a complete verb. À l'heure.
Oh la la. Okay, à l'heure. Yeah, others also said à l'heure, so we are taking it everywhere, à l'heure. ठीक है. Reshma, anything or 1, 2, 3 or number 4, you want to say something else, Reshma? Be quick. You want to say something else or you're happy with one of the 3 options? Reshma.
I'll go with Sham.
You want to go with Sham? Okay, chaliye. You have some support, Shampa, in this group. Bravo.
Sham, last one.
Oh, Sapna. Okay. Sorry, Shampa. She's gone with Sapna. So, without further ado, let's quickly find the answer. And the right answer is 1 is not the right answer. 2 is not the right answer. So, the right answer is number 3. Bravo, Sapna. Sissa. So, the right answer is 3. Why? Because it will be.
Because sir, you said only change the football. That's why I did it. Otherwise,
Oh, okay. I thought you got the concept. The concept is very simple, that when you take can verb,
that is the reason only.
yeah, that is the reason. When you got the can verb as could have, then you go with the avoir verb in the conditional passé. Isn't it, Shampa? I'll help you with that. I'll show it to you in a different color. So what Aarti said was the initial part is correct. Si nous avions pris le train, had we taken the train, that's correct. We could have reached on time. We could have arrived on time, Shampa. So nous aurions pu arriver à l'heure is what the right answer is going to be. Why? Because we could have arrived. So it might sound to your ears that arrived is the past form or the third form, but please don't get confused because we could have has nous aurions pu as a construction. Does that make sense to you, Khushbu, Komal, Reshma, Aarti, Shampa, Trisha, Surashri?
exprimer.
Should I explain you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it on a fresh sheet then. Okay, so it is going to be important at B1 and largely at B2 level for sure. For example, j'aurais, tu aurais, il aurait, elle aurait, on aurait, A-U-R-A-I-T, nous aurions, vous auriez, A-U-R-I-E-Z, and in the end we have ils auraient and elles auraient. You know these constructions very well, A-U-R-A-I-E-N-T. And normally when we put any verb after that in the third form, Arti, it is would have eaten, would have gone, right? So anything plus third form. Like had I known, si j'avais su, if
You said if we could have, no?
yeah, I'm going on to that. I'm traveling over there. I'm just trying to scaffold your base and then I'll move over there, right? So if it were a simple sentence, Khushbu, it's going to be si j'avais su, had I known, j'aurais mangé. That's a simple one. You all know it, right? No one has confusion in that. Komal, Reshma, Aarti, everyone knows it, right, Trisha? You want to say something, Khushbu, for this one?
I would have eaten.
I would have eaten. I would have eaten. मैं खा लेती है. हाँ, it's a regret, Khushbu. Had you known, you would have eaten. Maybe in the party you went and you liked, I don't know, golgappa a lot, and no one told you about that. And when you came back, your friend, oh, there were a lot of golgappas. You should have eaten. Oh, had I known, I would have eaten. You know, had I known, I would have eaten, but I had no idea about it, so I couldn't eat them. Voila. So you would say, si j'avais su, j'aurais mangé. This is a simple one. Now, when it is a movement verb, then you don't go with avoir, you go with être. That also you know, I hope. We can put it on hold, we'll see it afterwards. Now let's come to the could wala sense, not would wala sense. Would wala sense, Shampa, as in what Khushbu says, had I known, I would have eaten. Now no more would have, could have, right? So when you go to could have, what Sapna rightly said was, after that you don't need this verb. Right? Which verb do you need? Can verb. The can in past tense. And the can in past tense is pew. For all the people. Pew, pew, pew. Everywhere you have to have pew. I'll just remove it. I'll rub it and then I'll do it for you. So you would remove this. You would remove this. And what I do is that I would put pew everywhere. Right? Let me put pew everywhere. Okay. So it goes like this. J'aurais pu, tu aurais pu, il aurait pu, elle aurait pu. Then you have vous auriez pu and ils auraient pu, elles auraient pu. I could have, you could have, he could have, she could have, we could have, you could have, they could have, they could have. What could have? They. And after that in English, Komal, you will say the third form. Why? Because you could have gone, she could have sung, they could have danced, right, Trisha? In English, it sounds to be the third form. But in French, it is the infinitive form plus infinitive. Because you know it, Shampa, that once you have done the third form, you don't put another third form, isn't it, in French? You would put the whole, the main verb. So, main verb.
Infinitive form.
Pardon?
Infinitive form.
Infinitive, voilà, absolument. Infinitif, voilà. Main verb, infinitif.
Mon question c'est.
Ma question.
J'aurais mangé. Ma question c'est pour j'aurais mangé. C'est would have eaten.
Absolutely. In English, you would say, I would have eaten. मैं खा लेती, I would have eaten.
But the difference over here will like using already and then we then no would then it will become good just because we have put few over there.
Absolutely. Now recall our class, Shampa and everyone, where I told that can is the only word that cannot go with would. Every other word can go with would. I would eat, I would have eaten. Even in past tense or in a normal way, would gets easily connected to any of the verbs. But would and can, they can never go hand in hand. So what happens? Would plus can becomes could. You understand that, Shampa? So that's the reason. In English, you would say could, but you have to understand the fact in your mind that this could is a past regret. Okay, so I've got two options. Either I have être or I have avoir. So can is pouvoir. It is going with avoir and not with être because it is not Dr. Mrs. Vandertrump. So I'll go with avoir. So I will say j'aurais. Then the third form of can is pew. J'aurais pu. And then I know that the another verb which will come won't be in any other form but infinitive form. So j'aurais pu manger. I could have eaten, मैं खा सकती थी. Right? So j'aurais pu manger, I could have eaten. Had you told me on time, Khushbu says, had you told me on time, I could have eaten, that dish or this dish. So, j'aurais pu manger si tu m'avais dit. Si tu m'avais dit, j'aurais pu manger. Does that make sense to all of you? Khushbu, you want to say something? Yeah.
J'aurais mangé et j'aurais pu manger.
Yeah.
Both are conditional past.
Absolutely.
But the difference is when we have to use it for food, then we use j'aurais pu.
Manger, original manger, main manger, infinitive form, right?
Okay.
And when you say,
Avec j'aurais mangé, c'est la participe passé.
voilà, c'est participe passé. Absolument, j'aurais mangé. I would have eaten. Yeah, Trisha.
So, like, if I want to say, like, si j'avais trouvé le temps, j'aurais fini mes tous les devoirs.
Okay.
So,
J'aurais fini tous mon devoir. J'aurais fini tous mon devoir. Just a second. Hold on, Trisha. I'll write it down so that we understand what you're saying. So, Trisha says, j'aurais fini tous mon devoir. If I don't listen to her previous sentence, just this portion, if I listen to it, then Trisha wants to say, I would have finished all my work. ठीक है? Is that clear to everyone? Khushbu, Komal, Reshma, Aarti, is that clear? Now, I'm sure she should say something of this sort. Had I had more of time, had you told me in advance, had, I understood the work, something of this sort. She will say here, then only it will make sense. Otherwise, just saying this in isolation doesn't make sense. So let's see what Trisha has to say. Trisha, bataiye, what are you saying for the...
if अगर मेरे पास टाइम होता, if I would have time.
हाँ, अगर मेरे पास टाइम होता तो मैं अपना सारा काम खत्म कर लेती. Isn't it? That's what you want to say? So in English you would say, had I had enough time, I would have finished my work. Had I had, because it is a regret. So if I had enough time, which in English can be said, had I had enough time. This we'll make in French now, and then the remaining portion. Is this one clear to everyone? Everyone, Reshma, Komal, समझ में आता है आप सभी को? J'aurais fini mon travail, j'aurais fini tout mon devoir. I would have finished my whole work. So that we'll put it on hold. Let's try to understand this wala portion. One thing I'm sure you all know, that this condition only happens with PQP, which is plus que parfait, and conditional passé. So I'm pretty sure that you all understood conditional passé. Now let's look at PQP, Reshma. So PQP is j'avais and third form, or j'étais and third form. Isn't it, Komal? J'étais and third form, and j'avais and third form. That's how PQP is made. Everyone knows plus que parfait? Everyone knows. So let's check with Trisha. Trisha, this is plus que parfait. Why? Because there is one had because of the plus que parfait thing, and this had is the third form. You understand it, right? This had is in the our structure, and this had is because you are talking about this verb, to have wala verb. बताइए. No. Si j'avais. Yeah. Si j'avais eu assez de temps, if I had enough of time, voilà, and then this portion. Voilà. Si j'avais eu assez de temps. Si j'avais eu, you can say, or j'avais eu, both make sense. Si j'avais eu, I think you were saying. Yeah, voilà. Si, assez de temps, j'aurais fini tout mon travail, tout mon devoir. I think you were saying the same, Trisha. I couldn't get your sound properly because I thought you were saying je vais. I heard you say je vais. You have to say j'avais. Be very clear on your pronunciation, Trisha. J'avais. J'avais. Or clear boli, because you might confuse the other person otherwise. I was under the impression you were saying je vais. I thought you were saying I am going je vais. So see, what you want to say should be clearly said because you don't write it, you have to speak it out. So j'avais eu or j'avais eu. That's correct, Trisha. Absolutely correct. If I were to change this, who can help me? If I change this and said, had I had enough time, I could have finished. I could have finished. Who can try that one? Raise your hand. I could have finished. Oh, Komal wants to try. We'll ask Komal. I could have finished. मैं खत्म कर सकती थी. I could have finished.
See, j'avais eu
Right. The same thing.
j'aurais pu finir, j'aurais pu finir.
J'aurais pu fini or finir.
Whole work.
Whole verb. Aisha. But you have said I could have finished, isn't it? Komal, finished is third form. Don't get confused. You are right. It will be the whole verb. Because pu is there, so the third form won't come. It will be the whole verb. That's what I just said, isn't it? Ça va? C'est clair? So be confident of what you're learning. J'aurais pu finir mon travail. I could have finished my work. And here, Arti, it was I would have finished my work. Do you understand the difference between the two? Here, it is about the ability. And here, it's the fact of doing it or not doing it. C'est clair, tout le monde? Est-ce que c'est compris? Reshma? Sapna?
J'aurais fini ce regret, non?
This is a regret, so is this. Everything is a regret. Tout est regret. Voilà, tout est regret. Voilà. C'est clair, Sapna, Surashri. Arti, tu veux dire quelque chose? Arti, you'd like to say something?
Oui.
Oui, dis-nous.
Je pense que j'ai besoin de quelques exercices
Oh, I have.
pour
Pour pratiquer? So that means you haven't practiced those exercises. So we'll do it right away now. I'd given you these exercises. चलिए, आगे बढ़ते हैं. So I had these exercises. You remember these ones? Where have they gone? Oh la la. So here we have. चलिए, let's do it right away. You see them? Here we have C plus के parfait arti and then conditional passé. चलिए. So take one by one. We'll do it. So we'll start with Arti. She knows now. So C के साथ you have to always attach plus के parfait, Arti, and the remaining portion goes with conditional passé, which also has two components. One is être or avoir conditional form, and then the third form. Yeah, bravo, bravo. Just recall that whenever you talk about regret, Shampa, everyone else, C has two parts. One is être and avoir in imparfait, and the third form. That is plus que parfait. And another hissa, another part is conditional passé, which again has two parts. One is conditional form of être and avoir, and the third form. You know, that way you can have a clarity and not get confused. Chaliye, over to you, Arti. Si j'avais su, had I known. मुझे पता होता तो क्या होता? बताइए.
It will be conditional phrase of être, that is serait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Voilà, je serai.
Venu.
Absolument, je serai venu. Voilà. Perfect. What does that mean in English, Arti?
If I knew.
नहीं, not new. If I had लगाना है आपको. तो बोलिए, if I had known, then
I would have come to the
party.
party.
Absolutely.
Avec
Avec you, à la fin. And how, no. Yeah, she's talking about you. Shampa is worried about you, Arti. That's why. It's not. No, she's very concerned that you have to. Yeah, for this E. No, because we don't know who the person is. That's why, Shampa, we don't know who the person is. And no, I'll tell you. We won't complicate things. So when we don't know, that is how the rule says, which is quite unfortunate, but they say you keep it masculine. I know all the girls would be, they would not like it. Do you know something about écriture inclusive? I'll write that word for you. L'écriture inclusive. L'écriture inclusive. You can write that term down. It will help you somewhere in B2 or maybe the the later stages of B1.
I've heard
You,
this.
so what is
Yeah.
l'écriture inclusive? It means that you have to respect everyone. You cannot just say that if ours is a group of girls, because largely all are girls here in this B1 batch, but the moment a boy comes in, then this whole group becomes masculine. So that's very strange. That how come you ignore the presence of all the women of the world, and then one boy enters and that whole group becomes masculine? Come on, this is unbearable. You cannot say c'est pas tolérable. You cannot tolerate it, right? So just so we'll delve more on it. More on it. Shampa is there.
Because,
Yeah.
I just want to add something to this. Before they used to say like Durga Puja, they used to say in a masculine way. Now they have come up to this thing that no, it's not a masculine thing, it's a feminine thing.
Okay.
So now they do not say Durga Puja. This
Okay.
festival is not anymore a masculine one.
Okay, perfect. So of course, so that's why this term has come up, Khushbu. L'écriture inclusive, c'est-à-dire si on sait pas what Shampa rightly says, if you have no idea, we don't know, put everything. It could be a male person, it could be a female person, right? But for the moment, already the language is so complicated that we can avoid this. But if you want to put it, it's okay. D'accord? Okay, we'll carry on. Yeah, quickly we'll jump on to the next one. Khushbu, you help us with this one.
J'ai un doute.
Oui, j'ai un doute. Oui, dis-moi, Trisha. Yeah, Sapna. Yeah.
I left in between because of I was feeling vomiting, so I.
Okay. You're better now? You're fine?
I did not understand. Better.
Okay.
I did not understand any concept. Must be I can recall it and revise it.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
You could watch the video one, or if you want, I'll redo it. Don't worry. Just take care of yourself and have some nimbu pani. Perhaps that will do good to you, Sapna. Okay.
I tried.
I want to take some rest.
Yeah, you take some rest. Don't exert yourself too much. You can.
I don't want to miss your class
So-
because I know that the most of 15 minutes I have already missed it.
Don't worry. Just relax. Just be passive and just listen what we are saying. Right? I understand. Don't worry. I'll redo it for you. Trisha, over to you. Trisha, tu disais quelque chose? Oui.
Oui, monsieur, j'ai un doute.
Yeah.
When we are adding that past participle form with
Yeah.
the third verb, which is like full verb,
Yeah.
that is plus ka parfait. No,
No.
just I want to that classification ki which one is conditional.
Okay, so I'll tell you. Yeah. Plus que parfait can never have the original verb, right? Plus que parfait will
Yeah.
always have the third form, right?
Third form,
Largely at this stage, I would not complicate things for you. For example, had I gone, si j'étais allé, had they spoken, si s'ils avaient parlé. So it will be all third form, and you would not add any infinitive form for that for plus que parfait at this point of time. Later on, it might be. I would not confuse you for the moment. And the one that we saw as an example, Trisha, had a infinitive form after pu or after voulu. When you have these auxiliary verbs, you call them helping verbs, modal verbs, if you know modal verbs, can and the var verb. So in these kind of verbs, you always have a complete verb afterwards. So that portion was our plus, conditional passé.
that's what is the doubt.
Yeah. One more thing, Trisha. One more thing, everyone. If you ever get confused which portion between the two is plus que parfait and conditional passé, just tell yourself conditional passé will be the one in which être and avoir are in the conditional form. And plus que parfait, Trisha, will be the one in which être and avoir will be in imparfait form. Does that make sense to you? That is the way you can identify and not to get confused. D'accord? So in English, you would say it correctly then. If you want, I can just quickly jump back to one of the, for example, this sentence. Let's see if this sentence were written in your notebook, Trisha. You look at it and you get confused. I don't know if this is would have come or this is if I would have known. If you're getting confused, ask yourself, this sare is conditional form of être. So this is conditional passé wala hissa. And this ave is avar's imparfait formation. So this is plus que parfait wala hissa. So you would have to say had over here and would have here. So if I had known, I would have come to the party. That makes sense, Trisha? Okay, chali. Yeah, so we'll carry on. Sapna, if at all you have any confusion, do ask us. So Khushbu, over to you, the second one.
Si elle avait étudié
Voilà.
Elle aurait reçoit, non,
Elle-
reçoit,
Elle aurait,
sans R.
या elle aurait, इसको अच्छे से पढ़िए, réussi. Elle aurait réussi. Réu,
Sans R.
sans R. Voilà, le participe passé. Tu peux dire réussi. You don't have to say that with this or without it. When you pronounce well, Khushbu and everyone, the work is done. You don't have to say anything. You just say, elle aurait réussi. If I write with extra things, then that's my mistake. But you said it rightly. So you have to be clear with your pronunciation. You would say, Monsieur, elle avait réussi son examen. Tout ça.
Réussi
Ça va?
son exam.
Voilà. So what does that mean in English, Khushbu?
If I would have studied,
Once.
I would have
No. सुनिए. You don't have to use would. यहाँ पे had आता है, यहाँ पे would आता है. ध्यान रखिए. You cannot have would both the place,
This
right?
is right, this is
Yeah,
right.
Patsusi.
If I had studied, if she had studied,
Studied.
she
If she had studied. Yeah.
she would have succeeded in her exam.
Voilà, she would have succeeded in her exam.
In her exam.
दोनों तरफ इंग्लिश में आपको थर्ड फॉर्म्स बोलने हैं. Be very clear and correct with English as well. If she had studied, she would have passed or she would have succeeded in her exam or her exam. Ça va, c'est clair? So take care of your English and French so that you understand that they go well hand in hand. Chaliए. Ça va, c'est clair? Oui, Champa, à toi. We'll make.
Si nous
Yeah.
avions eu plus d'informations, nous aurions pris une meilleure décision.
Bravo, nous aurions pris une meilleure décision. Why did you say plus and why not plus? Because I told you if it is for more, it have to be plus. Yeah, exactly. So, no, pas de
Even
souci.
today also in the conversation classes we had this.
Ah,
Sorry.
okay, no, it's okay.
Even in the conversation classes also we had this.
Voilà. Et donc, si nous avions eu plus d'informations, nous aurions pris une meilleure décision. What does that mean, Champa in English?
If we had more information, we would have taken a better decision.
Bravo. Très bien. Super. Right? Okay. I am going to disturb everyone afterwards with could wala thing. Is that okay, Sapna? You are understanding, Saba? Wait? Okay. Let's move ahead. Everyone has to say one sentence.
Not well at all.
Uh,
You are not well at all, no? Why don't you take some rest?
if this,
Yeah.
you can take rest.
Send the videos.
Yeah, we'll send you the video. Don't worry. Because, yeah, otherwise, you'll have a lot of stress of everything that we say. Just relax.
I'm stressed.
Just relax. We can talk about it, We can do a resume of this. I'll be sending you the answers. Don't worry. I'll send you all the answers. Okay, très bien. Prends soin de toi. Oui, merci. Okay, yeah, Reshma, over to you. This one. Yeah, Reshma.
See in Zambia, pre-election,
Okay.
in theory, arrive à la
Perfect.
avec S.
Très bien. Perfect. Yeah. So we skip the fourth one. I'll ask Trisha to do the fourth one for us. No, I think we have done. I'm sorry. We have done. So the sixth one we'll ask Trisha. So the fifth one that Reshma just said is, s'ils avaient pris le train, ils seraient arrivés à l'heure. What does that mean in English, Reshma?
If they had
Took nahi, took ka third form, take ka third form, taken.
taken,
Yeah.
taken, they would arrive on time.
Not would arrive, would have arrived on time. Right? Be very careful because it's a regret, Reshma. It cannot happen anymore now because they did not take the train on time, so they reached on time. So it's all done. It cannot be undone now. You got it?
It's regret.
Yeah, it's a regret. Voilà, c'est un regret.
Présent ou passé aussi.
Pardon?
Présent, conditional présent.
Si plus imparfait plus conditionnel présent, c'est toujours possible. It's still possible. Right? Okay. And then Trisha, over to you.
Also, we skipped we skipped a number 4.
I know that.
Oh, oh, okay. I thought I had. Yeah, I missed it. Yeah, so. Yeah, Trisha, the fourth one for you.
Si vous avez écouté les conseils,
Yeah.
vous auriez évité cette erreur.
Bravo. I'm putting the answer over here. Vous auriez, A-U-R-I-E-Z, and éviter will be,
Excellent.
voilà, yeah, A-U-R-I-E-Z, and E-V-I-T-E with an accent. Vous auriez évité. It's not really cleanly written. I hope you understand that. Vous auriez évité cette erreur. What does that mean in English, Trisha?
If you had
Yeah.
had
Listened. Listened. Trisha, third form, listened.
listen,
Yeah.
yes, listen. If you had listened the
Advices.
you would have
Avoided.
avoided that error.
Absolutely. Très bien. So if you had listened to the suggestions, you would have avoided this error. But since you did not listen to these suggestions, you made a big, blunder, whatever. Okay. Qui n'a pas encore eu la chance? Who didn't say anything? I think Surashri. आप बताइए six वाला, Surashri.
Ok, si je n'avais pas oublié, je aurais téléphoné avant de partir.
Voilà. So when you mix the two up, Surashri, je and aurais, how do you get me the sound?
J'aurais.
Voilà.
Téléphoné.
J'aurais téléphoné. So A means all the accents. J'aurais téléphoné avant de partir. What does that mean in English, Surashri?
Had I not forgotten,
Yeah.
I could have telephoned, like called you
Yeah.
before leaving.
Très bien, parfait. So if I had not forgotten, I would have made a call before leaving. Très bien. That makes sense, everyone? Ça va? C'est clair? Oui? Okay. Did everyone get a chance to speak? Because the remaining ones will be a little homework for you people. Komal, tu as dit? Komal? I think Komal, did you say any of these sentences? No. Okay. Vas-y, Komal. Numéro 7 pour toi. Vas-y.
CL avait acheté le billet
Plus tôt. This will be plus tôt, before, earlier, plus tôt. बताइए.
This is plus the part.
No, this one is not. This one? No, this is conditional passé. This one. ये हो गया ना plus parfait. देखिए, आवे लगा दिया ना हमने, कोमल. आवे already there. So it's plus parfait here. This is conditional passé. How do you make conditional passé? Look at the verb. Look at the verb. ये जो verb है, कोमल, does it go in conditional past with être or avoir? This is avoir verb. Avoir verb goes with which verb?
With our.
Very good. Avoir goes with avoir. So बताइए L के साथ avoir का what is the conditional form?
Okay.
Aurait. A-U-R-A-I-T. And what is third form of avoir? You. Absolutely. Voila. So how do you say that whole thing in English? And first in French? French में बोलिए आप.
CL avait acheté le billet plus tôt. Elle aurait eu une place dans l'avion.
Bravo. And how do you translate that, Komal, in English?
If she had bought the ticket earlier,
Right.
she would have a seat in the plane.
Okay. She would have, and the third form, she would have had. She would have had. She would have had a place in or a seat in the plane. Yeah. Why does it bother us? Because we're not in the habit of saying she would have had. We are in the habit of saying she would have come, she would have gone, she would have eaten. But the moment have comes as a third form, that bothers us, right? That's why. So, but you have to be sure she would have had a place or a seat in the plane. Saba, tout le monde, is that clear? So we are over with our regrets. We have had enough of regrets now. Let's get over them, right? So a little thing, and now I'm saying something very quick. Everyone has to pay attention. Please watch this video again if at all you feel that it is complex for you. After having traveled the regret part of it, I would request everyone to put the cameras on as much as possible so that I can really connect with you. Komal, Khushbu, s'il vous plaît. So now we are going on these sentences regret one step behind Shampa, which means let's make them still possible. Let's make them still possible. How? That if imparfait and then conditional présent. Let me do all the sentences for you so that you know, Reshma, they are still possible. Got it? These are not possible. They will be possible. How? Let me speak it out for you and you will just comprehend in your brain. Si j'avais su, je serais venu à la fête will become si je savais, je viendrais à la fête. Does that make sense to everyone? Si je savais, je viendrai à la fête. Everyone is okay with that? Aarti, Khushbu, yeah? No? Si je savais. Oui, ça va, c'est clair?
Si je savais, si je savais, je viendrais à la fête.
Absolument. That's what you would say. So let me do one thing. Let me add another sheet here and let me quickly transfer them here so that you can catch hold of them. So si je savais, let me pick a thicker one. Voilà. So, si je savais, je viendrais à la fête. Ça va? Is that okay, everyone? Okay, let's go to the next one. Si elle avait étudié, elle aurait réussi son examen. Right? Let's make this one. Si elle étudiait, elle réussirait son examen. Does that make sense to everyone? You'll have to tell me. Ça va, c'est clair? Trisha, Komal, right? Aarti, we are going on the regret sentences now, making them possible. Let's give them this hope of being possible. So what I'm doing, Aarti, I'm changing all the plusque parfait in imparfait and all the conditional passé in conditional présent. That will give us some hope that this thing can still be done, right? ठीक है? So first हो गया, second हो गया, third पे चलते हैं. I'll be toggling the sheet here and there. So third is, si nous avions eu plus d'informations, nous aurions pris une meilleure décision. So, si nous avions plus d'informations, instead of saying we would have taken a better decision, we would take, isn't it, Shampa? So it will be nous
Yes.
prendrions une meilleure décision. Décision. Prendrions. Ça va? Everyone is okay with that? Komal, Khushbu, right? Surashri? Because it's very important that you should know how you can shunt from past regrets to still possible things of hypothetical situations. So, let's go to the previous one. So, the next one, if you had listened or paid attention or listened the suggestions, you would have avoided this error. So, si tu écoutais maintenant, si tu écoutais les conseils, tu éviterais cette ERR. Right? Okay.
I did this with vous. Si vous écoutiez les conseils, vous éviteriez cette erreur.
Voilà.
Vous éviteriez cette erreur.
Perfect. Vous éviteriez. Perfect. Yeah. Is that clear to everyone? Khushbu, Komal, you're following, right? I hope so. Yeah.
So this is basically we are changing plus compartment to imparfait
Yeah. And
in the book,
Yeah.
and then conditional present.
yeah, and conditional past is going to be changed in conditional present. Right, Trisha?
Okay.
Because this gives us still the possibility of this thing to happen? Hope, right? Yeah. And we'll take one last one, or maybe two more, because we have done. Like this one, s'ils avaient pris le train, ils seraient arrivés à l'heure. So, s'ils prenaient le train, it's possible. S'ils prenaient, N-A-I-E-N-T, s'ils prenaient le train, ils arriveraient. Ils arriveraient à l'heure. Okay, I think that these many would suffice. I'm sure you got the hang of it. What I'll do is that I'll put them in color so that you understand which portion is which one. So I'll try to see. I'm not too sure. Let's see. So this is imparfait, 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 and then conditional present, and then conditional present, and conditional present. Ça va, c'est clair? I'll be sending this.
Sir,
Yeah, Surashri.
sir, for would have means regret, and just now you are doing still like the imparted plus conditional present, it's still possible.
Yes,
So what
absolutely.
about the could have?
Okay. So the word could, if you say with could have gone, could have eaten, that's again regret. We'll go back to that sheet. I'll take your word could and could have. We'll do both of them, Surashri.
Okay.
First, tell me, is it clear to everyone? Saba, c'est clair? Arti, oui, c'est bon?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Let's take this one now. Just a second. Okay. Now, first I'll quickly go to what Surashri says. What about these kind of sentences, sir, wherein we will have could have, I could have gone, she could have spoken. So first, let's try to make these ones. I'll do it with a different color pen so that it stands out. I'll take a green color pen. So, had I known, I could have come, right? Arti, I could have come. I could have come. Everyone recall that sentence. J'aurais pu venir. That makes sense to everyone now? Right, Surashri? I could have come will become j'aurais
Yeah.
pu and venir. मैं आ सकती थी. I could have come. That makes sense, Khushbu, Reshma, Trisha, Champa, Komal, right? So anything, all these regret wala sentences that we see here in this portion, if you were to make them could have, what would you do, Reshma? Elle aurait pu. You will just insert pu and the whole verb. Elle aurait, A-U-R-A-I-T, pu and réussir. That makes sense to everyone? Champa, she could have succeeded. Right? So, would you be able to do the remaining ones? Is that okay? Arti, Khushbu, Saba, c'est clair?
Yes, sir.
Right? So, you would be able to do it. So, I'll just read them out once for you so that you can go back to this video. Yeah.
He could have succeeded, but it's only a réussite, the whole word is there. Or she could have succeeded. Which one?
You came back into that. We say piégé. Piégé is to put you in trap. Je vous ai piégé. Voilà. So that's what I said. What did I say? I said in English when Komal did this thing, so I confused her. Didn't I say, Komal, why finished is not F-I-N-I? Then she said, no, sir, because you told that after pu we'll put the whole verb. Even though in English we say finished, but in French we'll put the whole verb, right? So.
That is the reason why I always love French.
Are you?
They have all sorts of extreme things.
Yeah.
Then they will think extreme things.
Yeah. So you want to. Yeah. So that gives you a lot of space, Shampa, to accommodate things even when we are not happy of understanding, but later on we understand, isn't it? I mean, it gives you a lot of space to understand. Okay. So I'll just quickly jump on to the answers rather than. I mean, I'll write them down quickly for you. So which one were we on? Yeah, this one. Si nous avions eu plus d'informations, had we had more of information, we could have taken a better decision, right, Aarti? So we could have taken. उसमें क्या करेंगे हम? Nous aurions को हम maintain करेंगे. Instead of pre, we will write pu and prendre. ये करना है आपको. Is that okay, Khushbu? You don't have to disturb a lot of things with avoir verb, especially. avoir में ज़्यादा disturbance नहीं है, Surashi. You maintain the same nous aurions. Instead of pre, you make pew because somewhere third form has to come. या तो pre can come as a third form or pew can come as a third form. Right, Aarti? If pew comes as a third form,
So
then
actually my doubt was,
Yeah.
actually my doubt was the basic difference between I would have come or you could have come? Are they saying,
I could you repeat?
so for example, just now we did I would have.
Yeah.
If I had known, I would have come on you. The second one we are doing now, if I had known, I could have come on you. So
Yeah.
are the two sentences regret only? That is my doubt.
Yeah, so both the sentences are regret, but both have some different sentiment to express. The first one, when you say, si j'avais su, je serais venu, that means I would have come, मैं आ जाता. मुझे बताते, if you told me I would have come, मैं आ जाता, I would have come. And I could shows, Surashi, your ability to come. That's the ability part of
The
it.
percentage of the regretness. Here it is less, here it is more. Like that?
No, not at all that. It's just that your sentiment. For example,
Okay.
I don't know how to tell you. When you use can or could, it shows your
Okay,
ability.
so express that in a little better way or little polite way, थोड़ा concern लेके.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's very simple. The moment you insert can or could wala sentiment, it shows your ability. Oh, I could have come. Why didn't you tell me? That means it was possible for me to come. There was nothing that stopped me. I could have come. And when you say, Surashi, I would have come, there is no intention about it that we don't know. I mean, I would have come. I would have come. So the intensity of your ability is not there. But when you talk about your ability, that shows more of your involvement. Oh, I could have come. You yourself tell me if in English I were to say, Surashi, had I known, I would have come. Had I known, I could have come. So the could have shows that your ability was there. You could have come. Nothing stopped you, but you had no idea about it. So the thing is, the difference is with could, you have more of intensity to do that thing, but you could not do it. With would, it is a very generic thing. I would have come that way.
But grammatically both have the same meaning.
Yeah, both have same meanings. Both are regrets.
Yeah.
Both are regrets. Both are at the same level.
And
In terms of the construction, they are the same level, but in terms of the feelings, there is a difference. The difference is when I asked you people this question, if you remember, vous avez fait votre travail or vous avez pu faire votre travail? Because I know that you guys are busy, so I'm sure I would ask you, could you do your homework? And not, did you do your homework? So, this little can thing, when it is inserted, everyone, it gives that little possibility of doing certain things or not being able to do it. So that possibility is there to do or to not to do.
So, so when should we use this? When should we use this?
Could and would. How to distinguish between the two?
Yeah, because in which circumstances we're going to use il or he or il or
I'll tell you. That's a good point. I'll tell you. But before that, let me just quickly get you the answers of the black ones that I've written so that you get to know. This one is going to be tricky, everyone. Let me see who can really help me to make this one, and then I'll respond to Shampa's question that how to get to know quickly that would or could in regret. So before that, let me check with Khushbu. So if they had taken the train, they would have arrived on time is what we wrote, Khushbu. अभी आपको change करके क्या बोलना है? If they had taken the train, they could have arrived. Could have arrived. Take your time. Let Khushbu try.
J'aurais pu arriver l'année.
Okay, so I'm sure you want to say ils auraient pu. You want to say il के साथ है ना? Ils auraient, A-U-R-A-I-E-N-T, pu, and then arriver.
Pu avec an.
Oh, you never do that.
Oh no.
Yeah, you would never do anything for this pu thing. Yeah. Why? Because this pu is coming with awar. So with awar, you never do that adjustment. You got it. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, voila, Selma. And pu can never come with être, that you know. Voila. Yeah. So, ils auraient pu arriver. They could have arrived. That makes sense, Shampa? Everyone, Komal, Reshma, Trisha, you want to ask something? Aarti, Surashri, c'est clair? So, très bien, bravo. So I would not do the remaining ones. That's a little homework. Not only the black portion you have to fill, then the green ones also you'll be doing it. Green ones means you will try to do it with the could sense. Now coming on to Shampa's question. how do we get to know between would and could and how to make it easier for us? So I'll help you with that. When to use and how to understand it quickly. So it's very simple.
And when we will try to use, that time we could have been thinking about the conjugation only. How far I use.
So that's a good point, Trisha, that I wanted to say that, but it was such a difficult thing that it took me 1-2 minutes and then the person left and I couldn't say him, right? So it's a ready-made thing. So everyone catch hold of this. Oh, you could have told me. How many times have we said this thing, no Aarti, in our lives? Oh, you could have told me. तुम मुझे बता सकते थे. तुम जा सकते थे. You could have gone. You could have told me. You could have been more attentive. You could have been more polite. So catch hold of these ready-made sentences, Shampa. So you could have told me. How do you say you could have told me? Just this little sentence. You could have told me. Tu aurais pu me le dire. Catch hold of this one and your life will be easy. तुम मुझे बता सकते थे वो. You could have told me that. You could have told me. You know, we try to always blame people for certain things. Oh, why didn't you tell me? You could have told me. So, tu aurais pu me le dire. Again, I've inserted two complements, me and le, to give more of value and weight to this sentence. Tu aurais pu me le dire. Tu aurais pu me le dire. Khushbu, that makes sense to you? You could have told it to me. तुम मुझे यह बता सकते थे. Right? Okay, so coming back to the point of raised by Shampa, that how to distinguish between when to use what. So when it is a regret of ability, you could have told me. Oh, I could have gone. I could have gone. मैं चली जाती. You know, you had a lot of time, Shampa, and you were like, oh, I could have gone. See, I still have time. I could have gone. How do you say that, Shampa? Just that sentence. I could have gone. बताइए. I could have gone.
No, I just think that si j'avais assez de temps.
Yeah, si j'avais, no, si, not si j'avais assez de temps, si j'avais eu.
Si j'avais eu assez de temps.
Yeah. I could have gone.
J'aurais pu. You said I could.
I.
J'aurais pu.
Yeah, j'aurais pu. I could have gone.
Aller.
Voilà. J'aurais pu y aller. J'aurais pu, pardon, y aller. J'aurais pu y aller. Yeah, j'aurais pu y aller. J'aurais pu y aller. So you do not even need, Shampa, the previous sentence portion. Just forget it. Just work on this one. Oh, I could have gone. J'aurais pu y aller. When you ask me that how can I be quick, Trisha asks me how can I be quick with these kind of sentences, and Shampa, you ask me when can I use them. So whenever in your brain you have this kind of a sentence, Komal, oh, you could have told me, I could have gone, she could have helped me. Why didn't she help me? She could have helped me. Just this little portion. How do you make that, Komal? She could have helped me. वो मेरी सहायता कर सकती थी. She could have helped me.
J'aurais.
She.
Elle aurait.
Pu. Voilà.
Me.
Pardon. Elle aurait pu. Yeah. Perfect.
Me.
Aider. Again. Is that okay? No, you're not happy with this one. The whole verb, and I'm sure you wanted to say this as well. When you say me, you would drop this one and you would put, yeah, m'aider. Perfect. So, elle aurait pu m'aider. So, what I'm trying to say, that you have to catch hold of these ready-made sentences, Aarti. You could have helped me, she could have told me. These sentences, when you would be comfortable translating in French, you would actually soak it in. Believe me, that's how it would help you. There's no other way. The way Trisha says it's correct, that we would struggle otherwise to make j'aurais pu, and I don't know how complicated it can be. So just try on these sentences.
Maybe while writing, we can think and write.
Yes.
When we have to talk spontaneously,
Absolutely.
that time it would be very challenging for us to.
True. No, so that's why, Trisha, you speak with people in your entourage in French. Even if they ask you certain things in English or Hindi, respond them in French. Believe me, it works. I mean, they know you are into French. They would not take it otherwise. And if they don't understand, just tell them, wait for a while, let me practice my sentence.
Good advice, monsieur. Right?
bien sûr.
पेटीएम से पहले ट्राई करना चाहिए था किसी को कुछ समझ
हाँ, आप ये use कीजिए every time.
Just think of my pride if I start talking, speaking in French in my IELTS classes.
Yeah.
So my students will think that ma'am is teaching, training us for the IELTS, or she is trying to teach us French.
Yeah.
So that will be
No.
I have to speak French with my name.
No, so that's true. So, you know, everyone, Aarti and everyone, Reshma, have that French brain active, because believe me, you would always struggle. We would always struggle to find an ambiance. Don't worry, the people around you, they love you. They would never ever shout on you that you speak French. So just give them these sentences in French, Komal, when someone asks you, oh, and you want to say to someone, Komal, that, oh, you could have told me, you wanted to say to your cousin. So you tell him or her, wait, tu aurais pu me le dire. Tu aurais pu me le dire, with that emotion and energy. Believe me, you have to naturalize it. It might sound funny. It might sound, what is it, sir? Absolutely, it works wonders. Believe me, it, yeah.
He will come and he will say, what you are speaking.
No, then you, no, then you,
My husband always tells me, stop your French. This is not the French classes. Okay, you just stop over here.
or don't say to them, yeah, sorry, Komal, tell me.
Talk in French with my family.
Yeah.
So they used to like see me like this. What you are speaking, we don't get it. Just talk
So that's
in
okay.
French and come to your Hindi language.
No, that's true. They would get, you know, bored of it.
Exactly.
No, but tell them that, see, I'm progressing. It's all because of your support. People around us, they support us, right? So that's what you do. Or in the end, if you don't find anyone, just, you know, stand in front of the wall and blame the wall. You could have helped me. You could have told me, you know, that way.
No, the thing is that standing in front of the mirror is a good thing.
It's good you to blame yourself.
Standing in front of the mirror and telling myself, own self.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, so that's another interesting. Oh, I could have done it. You know, Aarti standing in front of the mirror and regretting that I could have done it. How do you say that, Aarti? मैं कर सकती थी. I could have done it. How do you say that, Aarti? I could have done it. I could have done it.
J'aurais pu faire.
Voila. Yeah, but थोड़ा सा pronunciation में ध्यान दीजिए, Aarti. J'aurais pu le faire. J'aurais pu le faire. Oh, I could have done it. J'aurais pu le faire. Oh la la, j'aurais pu le faire. Right? But believe me, that is the only way. What Trisha says is absolutely correct. Otherwise, we'll struggle not only with their construction, but we'll take a lot of time to bring them out of our mouth. So the more you speak, the better you become. Like a cousin of yours or a little, you know, a child in the family, he drops something and that thing breaks, you know, unfortunately. You say, oh, you could have paid attention. Tu aurais pu faire plus d'attention. Tu aurais pu faire plus d'attention. तुम और ध्यान दे सकते थे ना, तोड़ दिया तुमने. So आप उसको डांटने से पहले अपना सेंटेंस फ्रेंच में बना लीजिए.
डांटना अच्छा नहीं बात.
Tu aurais pu faire attention, no? Tu aurais pu faire attention. So, voila. So these kind of sentences can work in isolation, Aarti. You don't need the si wala clause with that, right, Shampa? Because it's just one side you are saying. But it does make sense when you said ki, no, I wanted to make si j'avais eu plus de temps, j'aurais pu y aller. That makes the complete sense. But these sentences just come instantly when someone says something to you like, oh, you could have told me, she could have come, we could have gone, that way. So play with these kind of construction. Ça va, Reshma, Khushbu, c'est bon, Surashri, c'est clair, très bien.
While writing, mostly we will be using those C plus PQP plus conditional
Yeah.
more often.
Absolutely, yeah, totally. In total length, you'll have to write it. But if you can speak it out comfortably at B1 level, it's bravo. But B2, so you'll have to do it. But B1, please start getting a hang of it and at least telling yourself, yeah, this is how it looks. That's how it has to be made. And I can take, as what Trisha says, I can take a little 30 seconds thing in my mind and then I can make it. So take your time. Believe me, it happened to me. Of course, I know my whole French learning very actively, that how I would take some seconds to process these sentences and make them out, and still unsure of the fact, would they come out as the right ones or wrong ones, adjusting and taking serait or être or ave, you know, that whole complexity. So it is normal. Don't worry.
I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
I've been blessed that I got used, seriously, because I have done my B2 also, you know that.
Yeah.
But this kind of sentences, I've never ever gone through with any of the lessons.
True.
Nowhere.
True. No, I understand. So I know what is needed. So I'm just going to push you over there. And I know people are struggling with these kind of things, and so do I. So when I want to find solutions for myself, I get the trick out of it, and then we can always share it. Voila. Okay, très bien. So we'll quickly move ahead because we have to see a little bit of subjunctive as well. So moving ahead, you have this on you, you know this, and So, a little homework for you people will be to complete these sentences, right? Khushbu, you'll have to do these not only in the black form, which is the regular form, you'll also have to go to the could have wala form, which is the green color wala form, and then you all will have to go to the next sheet wherein you will have to change these all sentences, the ones on the white sheet that we just saw, in this sheet, which is si plus imparfait plus conditionnel présent, which means, Reshma, all these regrets that we saw there will have to come here as still possible things. That makes sense to everyone? Right? So that you can actually understand how to say these things in both the situations. And of course, as I mentioned to you, it is not to just memorize, it is to flaunt. You have to show it to the examiners in your B1 level. Believe me, it is not to keep to yourself. You have to tell them, Monsieur, si j'avais su, je l'aurais fait. Monsieur, si je l'avais su, je l'aurais fait. Had I known it, I would have done it. You know, when you dash in these kind of sentences, imagine at B1 or B2 level, you'll just, you'll nail it. So that's going to be very impressive. So start working on those. Okay, c'est bon, c'est clair? On va continuer un petit peu. So we'll quickly look at the subjunctive. It seems a little tricky, but don't worry. We'll do it in a soft way, a simple way. So subjunctive is something that you use as two clauses, and these two clauses are connected always with a q, q-u-e, k, or otherwise as well. I'll let you know. So whenever you have a clause which has the first portion of the clause has some kind of a wish or a desire, or a doubt or an uncertainty, or a necessity, il faut, or an emotion, je suis heureux, or a possibility, or yeah, largely these five you have to understand at B1 level. And then you have QUE, k, and then whatever person comes, il, je, whoever the person is, then the verb that is followed after that will be in subjunctive form. First, let's understand this. That means it has got two portions. Subjunctive is always with the two portions. On one side, you have someone's desire, someone's wish, someone's emotion, someone's possibility, some obligation. Then k, and things that follow after k will have a verb, and that verb will be in subjunctive mode. Now, let's try to understand this peacefully. We still have, how much time is left? I don't want to delay you people. We still have 9 minutes left. So, how is it made? It's very simple. The making of subjunctive is absolutely simple. You go to the present tense and plural wala form, il, elle, regarde, R-E-G-A-R-D-E-N-T. You remove the E-N-T. What you are left with, anyone can tell me the endings? Anyone who knows the endings?
E-E-S, E-E-S, E.
Yeah. Absolutely. So you have it on your screen, right? E, R-T-E-S, then E, then I-O-N-S, I-E-Z, and E-N-T. So E-N-T you remove, R-T you bring back E-N-T. See, you remove E-N-T and you bring it back. So there's no difference. This looks like present tense of ER ending verbs, E, E-S-E. This is also ER ending verb present tense, but you have just a little I. Yeah, imparfait. Yeah, you can say imparfait. Quel page? Je sais pas. En fait, c'est vers la fin. C'est vers la. No, this I haven't sent you. This I haven't sent you. Je ne vous ai pas encore envoyé. This I have not sent to you. How do you say that in French? Ça, je ne vous ai pas encore envoyé. Ça, this, je ne vous ai pas encore envoyé. Je ne vous ai pas encore envoyé. Yeah. Je ne vous ai pas encore envoyé. Je ne vous ai pas encore envoyé. Right? These kind of sentences.
J'espère que
Yeah.
je voudrais parler avec vous.
Bien sûr, mais
Un
un jour, c'est le jour, c'est aujourd'hui, tu vas me parler comme ça, d'accord, Arti? C'est aujourd'hui. Voilà. Don't worry, we all have our journeys. I used to struggle a lot. So, and then I told myself how I have to do. So I've gotten the right constructions. And now, the more you speak, the easier it becomes. Believe me, that's the only solution. There's no other solution. So, if I were to say this, I have not yet given to you, Trisha, I would say ça. Je ne vous ai pas encore envoyé. But if I were to remove Champa, ça, and I were to make le out of it, I would say je ne voulais pas encore envoyer. Je ne voulais pas encore envoyer. So your brain would think voulait, is it voulait, this wala voulait, V-O-U-L-A-I-S, or is it voulait, V-O-U-L-E-Z? Which voulait is he talking about? I'm going crazy. So this is this wala voulait. That makes sense? So, Khushbu, what I'm trying to say, when someone speaks French in front of you or you speak French, your brain should imagine the words floating in the air. Only then will you be able to understand what voulez is he talking about. Which voulez? I know just these voulez. What voulez can that be when he says je ne voulais pas encore envoyer? So he's talking, I'm talking, je ne voulais pas encore. What does that mean? Anyone? Je ne voulais pas encore envoyer, Khushbu? What does that whole thing mean?
I've not yet sent or shared.
Huh. I haven't, yeah, whole thing. Anyone else? Yeah, that's correct. You have to add few more elements, Khushbu. Though, yeah, Aarti, let Aarti try.
I haven't shared it yet.
Yeah. With you. Yeah, with you.
I have not.
Yeah.
I have not sent it to you yet.
Voila, exactly. Yeah. So you should have in English all these components. I have not yet sent it to you. I haven't sent it to you yet. Just to be, however you say it in English, but yet should be there, it should be there, you should be there, not should be there, I should be there, send should be there. Right? Komal, Sava? So slowly and gradually you have to come at to this point. If you recall my initial class, the first class, I told you people very clearly, make all the combinations. I don't know if you have already started working on them or not. I said to you, with je, change the person, right? Je vous ai expliqué. I explained to you. Je ne vous ai pas expliqué. I didn't explain to you. You explained to me. Tu m'as expliqué. You didn't explain to me. Tu ne m'as pas encore expliqué. You haven't yet explained to me. So, Aarti, Champagne, everyone else, you'll have to write them down peacefully so that they are correct and then speak them up. Repeat them, revise them, memorize them. Il faut potasser. Potasser matlab hota hai, you have to mug it up. Il faut potasser. Il faut potasser. Vous allez potasser. Si vous potassez pas, vous allez les oublier. You are going to forget them. Ça va? Okay. Anyway, this sentence was just to let you people know
This
that.
is memorize, no? Potasse means memorize.
Yeah, you have to mug up. Yeah, mémoriser, c'est un joli mot. It's a beautiful word, mémoriser. It's very elegant. Potasser is, you just mug it up. Voilà.
Okay, so we can say mug it up.
Yeah, to mug up something is potasser. Okay.
Somehow it came from potage, like soup.
Comment? Potager? Potage? Je sais pas. I have no idea. You'll have to find the story, Trisha. Okay. So we'll just quickly look at the endings. I hope the endings are clear to you people. You have E, ES, E, IONS, IEZ, and in the end you have got ENT. And what you do with that main verb, if you remember, Shampa, you remove the ENT, and what you are left as a root, you add E, ES, E, IONS, IEZ, and ENT. Voilà. La petite est là. Coucou. Voilà. Ok. So, elle est là pour apprendre le subjonctif, c'est ça? Ok. Très bien. Super.
C'est ma niece.
Ah, d'accord. Coucou. Voilà, elle est venue voir.
C'est hi.
Bonjour. Voilà. Ok, très bien.
Bye.
C'est très mignon.
Oui, elle est mignonne. Oui, c'est vrai. Ok, très bien. Alors, nous allons continuer parce que on est vers la fin. Oh là là, we have just 2 minutes left. So, what you do is that, people, you just drop the ENT, and what you are left is called the root, and you add E, ES, E, IONS, IEZ, and ENT. That's what the endings are, right, Komal? And then that portion is called your, the part which is subjunctive. So, je veux que, I want that you come. So, how is it going to be made? Je veux que tu viennes. It is a starred verb because it changes its body, right, Shampa? It doesn't go the simple way because V-I-E-N-N-E-N-T. You remember, everyone? Is that okay? Komal, you have V-I-E-N-N-E-N-T. Remove E-N-T. What are you left with, Aarti? Is V-I-E-N-N. You add E. You add E-S.
ES,
You add E.
E,
Okay.
then IONS.
Okay, but here comes the twist, Aarti. Here comes the twist, and the twist is you have venion. Yeah, very good. So, yeah, venion. V-E-N-I-O-N-S, V-E-N-I-E-Z. So, people, I'll tell you very upfrontly, there is no such rule that you add it and your life is easy. It's not at all easy. You'll have to memorize all the verbs. Let's do it that way, right? Don't think that, okay, this is the rule, just drop ENT and make this way. No, don't do that, because prendre changes, and then we have strange verbs. Aller becomes something else, IE, and savoir becomes sache, and faire becomes fas, right?
Prendre is just like this. Just
Yeah,
like this.
exactly. Prenons, yeah, prenions, preniez.
I should be prend and then prenio, prenier.
Yes, yes, yeah. So the rule says, yeah, you know it. Yeah, I'll try to find one. Pardon?
Avoir, can you pronounce it? AIE.
J'ai, tu es, que j'ai, tu es, il est, elle est, on est, nous ayons, vous ayez, ils aient, elles aient. Right? That's what the endings are. So I'll be sending you an exercise on the same. You try doing it, and then you'll be able to understand. So, je veux que tu viennes. I want that you come. Is everyone comfortable in Hindi here? Because I don't know. Is there anyone who is not too comfortable with Hindi? Anyone? Shampa. Shampa is the one like, oh God, you will put my life into. What about you, Reshma? You're comfortable? Wow, you are a Hindi teacher, professor, so you are good at Hindi, huh? Okay, so no reason to attach it with Hindi, Shampa, but the only reason is those who understand Hindi well, they would instantly understand subjunctive. How?
What's your problem?
Pas de problème? Okay, but let's try to make others' life easy with Hindi things. So if you were to say, everyone please pay attention, whenever you say in Hindi, you say, मैं चाहती हूँ कि तुम आओ. So this आओ, you never say, Komal in Hindi, मैं चाहती हूँ कि तुम आते हो. You never say that. मैं चाहती हूँ कि तुम जाते हो. You never say it. You would say always, मैं चाहती हूँ कि तुम आओ. मैं चाहती हूँ कि तुम जाओ. So this आओ and जाओ is actually subjunctive because you change the verb's form. So your brain can actually quickly pick up subjunctive if you know well in Hindi that, okay, मैं चाहती हूँ कि तुम जाओ. यह ज़रूरी है कि तुम करो. कि आप करें. So all these formulations are exactly in Hindi somewhere that help you to understand that these are the places wherein you would use subjunctive. We'll delve more into it, don't worry. So a little homework for all of you will be to read this subjunctive portion and to do certain exercises which are there on the subsequent page, which is over here. Ça va? C'est clair? Oui, Shampa, Trisha, Reshma, Komal, Arti, Khushbu et Surashri. Tu es toujours là, Surashri? Tu es parti? Tu es là? Je sais pas. Qui est-ce qui est parti? Oh là là, Trisha est partie. But we have still. Elle est déjà partie. Oh, I was just talking about there was an internet issue, I suppose. Otherwise, she wouldn't have left. See, so otherwise she wouldn't have left. She wouldn't have left. See, I used it. Otherwise, she wouldn't have left. So this she wouldn't have left, although she's again there. But she wouldn't have left will be in conditional passé. How do you say that she wouldn't have left? Elle ne serait pas partie. Elle ne serait pas partie. She wouldn't have left. Right? So take your time. Every time whenever you're talking in English, Komal, Khushbu, Shampa, everyone, English bolte hain aap, us time change those sentences in French for yourself and see how you can make help for yourself. Okay, just to wrap up, there is a beautiful song by Celine Dion. It says, Pour que tu m'aimes encore. Voilà, Celine Dion. I don't know if you know the singer, Celine Dion. She's the one who sang the beautiful song of Titanic, My Heart Will Go On and On and On and On and On. So she's the one, she's the of Canadian place. She's from Quebec, which is in Canada, and she's a French singer. Elle a chanté beaucoup de chansons et elle a une de ses chansons la plus populaire, c'est Pour que tu m'aimes encore. Je vous enverrai dans le groupe la vidéo avec les paroles de cette chanson pour que taki. Pour que vous puissiez comprendre. Again, I've used subjunctive. Pour que, taki, pour que vous puissiez, P-U-I-S-S-I-E-Z, pour que vous puissiez comprendre cette chanson. ताकि आप इस गाने को समझ सकें. The way you say it in Hindi is exactly the same in French. Voilà. Pour que vous puissiez comprendre cette chanson. So, pour que always takes subjunctive. This we'll see in detail in the next class. Don't worry. Komal, you want to say something? This is pouvoir. This is pouvoir. Puissier, puissier, right? We'll work on that, don't worry. So this is the song, Pour que tu m'aimes encore, que je vous enverrai dans le groupe. Voilà, c'est tout. And next week, we are starting with our first topic, that is going to be l'apprentissage du français. Je vous enverrai. I'm going to send you the content that you have to read so that when we meet on Tuesday, we start with the first topic. We will work on it. On va le lire, on va comprendre, on va essayer de tout comprendre. Et après, on va entamer. We are going to take up une discussion, and I'm also going to ask you to write on it so that you work on your writing section, you work on your speaking section. I'll show you some videos on that so that your listening improves, and in the end, the reading will always be there because the text I'm going to send it to you, you will be reading it. Et donc, vous allez travailler sur les 4 compétences en même temps pendant une semaine. Alors, chaque semaine, un thème. C'est bon? C'est clair? Ça va? Oui? So, a lot of homework coming your way. I don't know who said it's a light class. I don't know if any of you by mistake said it's a very light class. It's a very easygoing class. I don't know. Anyway, so, you know, and just to wrap up, you didn't say that, right? And just to wrap up,
No, it's just still coming.
yeah, it's still coming. We have just started. And before I wrap up, people don't feel bored on Sunday and Monday because there's some work that you could do, you would do. And the work is that you have got a text in imparfait, si plus imparfait plus conditionnel présent, si plus que parfait and conditionnel passé and subjunctive. Everything say ici. You're going to read this text for yourself.
I've done this.
You've done this? C'est clair?
I did this today.
Bravo. You are, and now when you look at it, Aarti, you would understand it in a better way perhaps. And if you've already understood, bravo. So just read this whole thing, everyone. I have done the translation for you in English. So just scaffold your understanding and tell yourself, j'ai compris. If you say this to yourself, bravo. Send a message in the group, j'ai compris.
Wait, this. But what should we do about this? Will you change?
No, you don't have to change it. You just have to read it, understand it, and you have to tell and read it and tell yourself, j'ai compris.
Okay.
That's an achievement.
Then I'm going to read it 10 times.
No, you can just read it once and you will understand. Ok, ça dépend de vous. Voilà, c'est tout que j'avais à vous dire pour aujourd'hui. Je vous souhaite bonne soirée, bonne fin de soirée. Prenez soin de vous. And tomorrow we are catching up for Sunday French speaking series. Someone has already left. So tomorrow we are going to work on this topic that's called Les voyages façonnent notre vision du monde. And we are fortunate to have with us tomorrow Miss Pia Robin. She is going to connect herself from Besançon, France. So I would really request you all to connect at 4 tomorrow on Google Meet, Google Link, so that you can exchange and speak in French with her. These are going to be... À demain, au revoir, prenez soin de vous, merci. Voilà, au revoir. So please do take some time out. Au revoir, bonne soirée, merci.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.